Hey, what's going on everyone? Hawks21 here, back with another Splinterlands video. So here's my top 3 battles of the week. Not necessarily top as in best, just top that I thought were interesting, unique battles, just stuff I wanted to show off. I had recorded some other versions of this with 5 battles and stuff like that, and the videos just get too long. The goal of this is to be able to get really in depth with 3 interesting battles. Some of them will be thinkers, some of them will be just fun, stupid ones. Like this first one's kind of like a dumb one that made me laugh when it happened live, so I wanted to show you. But yeah, I like doing these. It sort of makes me think about the battles more. You know, is this something I should show? What's the actual strategy that happened here? So overall, I'm enjoying making these, gonna keep doing it. Let's get into it. So, fun one this time. This one's happening on my alt account, HawksBot. I do bot the account normally, but I play in Brawls, so I have my own guild called the Bird Gang. We're advancing pretty quickly. I'm very impressed with how our guild's done. So if you're looking for a guild, I think we have 1 or 2 more spots available. Could make more too if you're a really top player. So if you're interested, drop a comment below and join my Discord and we can talk. Okay. This was a silver brawl. I try to fight in the silver phrase with my alt account. And the thought process here was kind of simple, right? I almost built out a very similar lineup here. I don't have Lux. I was going to do it with Kelia. But I said, you know what? Let me try something new here. Curse Windeku at silver and bronze. It's pretty awesome. Doesn't have the heal yet, but specifically, in melee only. Toss in the enrage, so get up to 5 speed. Toss in the swiftness, the dodge. All of a sudden, it gets to be a little tricky to hit. So the math here is, can I get a couple dodges? They're gonna obviously take damage. I'm getting rid of their shield, which is really nice, right? Because, if the Pelacor Bandit had an additional shield, that would eat up a Thorn's damage. And it's just a really fun battle, and the ending is awesome. So I'm just going to play it. It's obviously pretty quick, as you can see. So there's one miss. Well, the other big thing here of why I did it was the Amplify. I forgot about this. So Thorns are going to do 3 damage. This was definitely part of my equation. So we already got 1 dodge. And now it kind of becomes, all right, so he's going to do 5, but there he goes. Down to 1 monster left. You look here. It's like, all right, so wait, this is going to be a draw, right? Because Pelacor Bandit hits, knocks me to 0, and then, but he's going to take Thorns damage. So that'll be 2 here. We'll both die, draw. That was fun. Good job. Right? Wait a minute. Never use my Resurrect. So, Astral Entity resurrects my Curse Windeku. And I take the victory. Again, not a lot of stuff to analyze. It was kind of like a math problem. I knew if I got 1 or 2 misses, that's probably all I needed. And I got that with the Enrage and the Dodge. And then between the Amplified Thorns, the Curse Windeku's damage itself, and then finally the Resurrect to get me over the top, I was able to pull that one off. Let's actually go to SplinterGuides quickly here. I'm curious. Oh, very interesting. So kind of flat across the board here. It picks up the heal in gold, so that's why you see a jump. I would have thought at the lower levels this would have been a bit higher. Just it has a high health. Here we can pull up the page. If you don't know, this is SplinterGuide. This is a website I run with Brave Tofu, and we cover a lot of strategy stuff on this site. So if we look here, yeah, I mean, our algorithm has this a little lower than I would think, but still really, really, really good card at the lower levels. Just the high health, the thorns, and 6 mana is pretty affordable for a tank. But yeah, SplinterGuide, check it out. It's awesome. Okay, that was battle number 1. Now, battle number 2 is a fun one. So this is going to be a lot of cards that you don't see played. And this is actually at the gold level. So this is also in a brawl, gold level brawl. This is for my main account for Knights United. I fight in the gold fray. And look at my opponent here. We got a souped up Jotun with a lot of his friends, right? Big archery boosts all around, speed boosts. We have Opportunity Monster. You know, this card's very awesome. We got a Fire at the Coral Lurker with the Enrage. You know, this is going to be a really difficult card to hit. Probably not in the cards first, right? Well, hold on now. I love snipe rule sets. Love, love, love snipe rule sets. I love putting the Venari Markstrat or any other martyr card for that sake in the snipe spot. In particular, I put Usit here a lot with some sort of tank here. You know, for this one, for the brawls, I like to play Zulak's Nightwind. Great card. It's even better as it increases here. But just look at all that health, shield, has the void armor, comes with thorns. It's going to get enraged. It's going to get boosted a couple times. We got the resurrect. Oh, what do you know? This new reward card, another resurrect. So let's actually, so you know, we're going to try this out, right? We're going to do double resurrect, so we'll be able to get 3 martyrs, build these guys up, and hopefully that's enough damage to survive the other. Let's see. As I like to say, if you can dictate where your opponent's going to throw, or if you know where your opponent's going to hit, you can be very, very, very successful. And that's what you see here. I know they're going to go with the Markstrat for the most part. There's one martyr. There's the first resurrect. You know, the divine shield also helps with the resurrects. But, you know, an enraged Cursewind, or enraged Coral Lurker. That's kind of tough. We get that hit there. Again, they're doing a ton of damage, but each time also we martyr, we pick up another shield. So that buys us time. And now look at this guy up front. 11 damage, 11 speed. I mean, insane. My Usit's looking good too. Just because I knew exactly where my opponent was going to fire. I was able to create a lineup that would take advantage of it. We get a Bloodlust up front, now 12 damage, 12 speed. Pretty crazy. You know, these guys in the back haven't been hit yet. And now, like, our main guys are just too powerful. Our Sandworm gets enraged. Usyk gets another Bloodlust. We're just Bloodlusting all over the place. They're missing now because Usit's pretty fast. Usyk starts with 1 speed. And then another. I think he gets 14-14 right now. Yeah, look at that. 14-14. That is absurd. Usyk picks up another one. Usyk up to 7 damage. And then, does he get, I think it's 15-15. It ends. 15 damage, 15 speed. Usyk with 7 magic. Ridiculous. Let's go back to Splinter Guides real quick. Let's take a look at those 2 cards. Obviously, a lot of these are, you know, you can't go out and get an Usyk for yourself. I think this is about right. It's a good card. It's a very useful card because that one was in gold, right? So you see it at 7.1. That's when it gets the heal. It's a very useful card because it could be really, really, really awesome in certain contexts. So again, if I can boost it up, if I can martyr it up a bunch of times, and then it gets kind of fast, the magic damage is higher, more health for it to heal. What's really great is it comes with a shield. So as you saw, right, we were taking a ton of blast damage, but each time it martyred, it got a new shield. so it was able to soak up one of those blast hits. But I think this is about right, because you're not going to play it in every single context. You're going to play it in opportunity games. You're going to play it when you think you can martyr it up. You're going to play it in magic only because you're expecting some magic reflect, so it'll heal itself up. There's a bunch of contexts that you can play it where it's going to be really, really good, but it's not something that you can just sort of plug and play. And the other one there, and again, I know these aren't cards you can go out and buy yet. So this card's sick. You can see by the ratings there. Zulax Nightwind. This is a card I definitely want to level up, and I think I'm kind of close. I think I'm one away from getting it to be level 3. But, as you can see, we're in the 8s across the board. 8.6 in Diamond. That's pretty crazy. It starts out with the Void Armor, gets Thorns, and look at this. It eventually gets a Void and Magic Reflect. So those rule sets where you're expecting magic, the no ranged, where you can only play melee and magic, this is going to be a great card. I like the Thorns and Bloodlust, so think about this. Thorns and Magic Reflect with Bloodlust. If you get a kill or an elimination with Thorns or Magic Reflect with this card, you will trigger the Bloodlust. So there's just a ton of opportunity. It also has 5 attack. It's a great card to resurrect. So playing it with Astral Entity, you're talking about the 7 shield getting resurrected, the 7 voided armor getting resurrected. This is an awesome card. It's just another reason why you should be playing Guild. You should join a guild. Getting access to this card now that they have the Gladiator rule sets where you can play them in normal ranked battle. It's a great guy to toss out there and surprise your opponent. Okay, let's get into the third battle. And this is just one where I take down one of the worst, and by worst I mean the most OP, hated, ridiculous strategies in the game. Llama Cube. When I first saw this, I had awful flashbacks to pre-Chaos Legion when Llama Cube was the play. It would get played all the time, and there just really wasn't much you could do about it. They've added in some stuff like Oppress. We have some, as you'll see, some stuns come into play here. There's some ways you can go at this, but I was definitely nervous when I saw this. And we'll see how it plays out. This is the exact context you'd see it all the time. Mid to low mana, poison, Llama Cube. So difficult to deal with. And what's crazy is the cube in this one is going to get all the health because I have nothing to sort of target it back there. This was the Enrage. So like my original thought here, as you can see, I'm gonna have a video on Lily soon because I've had a lot of success with Lily and one other particular card. But in these Enrage type rule sets, I want people to focus on my really fast monster. So for here, Nightmare, I want them firing at the Nightmare because the Nightmare is going to be really difficult to hit. So that's why I played Lily. It would have worked out that way anyways because they were firing here, but obviously I didn't know that going into the match that this is what they were going to play. If I did know, funny enough, I probably would have played something a little different, but this spoiler alert is going to work out in my favor. So we hit the Affliction on the Mycelic Slip Spawn in the back, which is key. And the other thing that's great about Lily is the triage here in these rule sets. So it's going to heal one of my back monsters. I wish it wasn't that one. I sort of put Bruise in there to eventually martyr up my Usit and my Revealer. I want to get a buffed up Revealer just because it's going to be around to the end of the match, hopefully, right? Because it has the immunity. I don't really need to worry about the poison damage. So here, now we're going to get some Scavenge. It helps my Dr. Blight, obviously, but it also helps the cube. Love the heal there on the Dr. Blight. That also means Bruise. This is going to be the last turn Bruise is with us. There's the Oppress in action, right? Hit the Chaos Agent. Hit him for 6 if you noticed. So it was 3 before this recent Bloodlust. But because of the no attack, hits for double, takes it out in 1 turn. That's going to be key later on. So now this is also a really annoying monster to get through. Except, oh yeah, we're going to get another boost here, which is nice. So here's the Martyr. Get the heal on the Blight. That's a big hit. And then Usit's going to hit it for 10. That's the difference right there. Again, that was a 60% miss chance there, so we got a little lucky. But ultimately, they're trying to get to the cube. So, you know, and we weren't going to take magic reflect damage, really. So it didn't really matter if we got through the cube, but, I mean, the Almo. But it was nice that we did. But again, the frustrating thing is, look at the cube. Usit with another one. So now I'm thinking in my head, do we have enough damage? It's really hard to say. So what's really cool is this, the Venator sticking around is going to be 2 extra damage. That's 1, and it has the immunity, right? So no poison. Revealer immunity, no poison. Usit heals itself. Don't need to worry about that. So that just leaves here Lily with Dr. Blight. Dr. Blight has enough health now where the triages are going to keep it alive. So all of these monsters are going to be here for the long run. A couple things to point out. We are at 33 health on the cube. So what does that mean? That means 11 healing per turn. Now what's important here? 1, this stun. We have a fast stun. So you need a stun that is faster than the Last Stand monster, which we have. So I knew at this point we were going to win it because, I didn't know that actually. I knew I had a chance because if we strung together a bunch of stuns, then we'd be in a really good spot where the cube couldn't heal. Another thing to notice, we'll just move down the line here. Usit, the Oppress. Now, not going to hit for 12 because the cube at the highest level has the Void, but still going to hit for 6. And that's really, really meaningful when you're talking about a monster that's going to heal for 11. So we have 6, 3 with the chance to stun. Again, this thing alive is big. Actually, let's talk about Blight first. So, cool thing about Dr. Blight, we have a quote-unquote fast affliction and poison. So I believe Dr. Blight is going to fire before the cube can heal, which is going to give us the opportunity to afflict 2 poison without allowing the gelatinous cube to heal. Now, obviously, every single turn, the llama is going to cleanse the cube at the start of it, so you have to sort of continuously do it. Let's just count out the damage. So 3, 6, only going to really do 1 damage, so that's 7. Sorry, I did awful math there. We have 2 because of the Void, so 2, 6 is 8, 9, 11. So basically, we can hit for exactly what it heals every single turn. So what does that mean? That means the stuns are going to matter. So every time we stun, we're going to do a bunch more damage without that 11 heal. It means the affliction and the poisons are going to matter. But what's big about getting to the exact amount of damage that the cube is healing for is if we don't stun, if we don't hit an affliction, if we don't hit the poison, whatever it is, we're not going to be going backwards, right? Because that's where you get in trouble. If we weren't doing enough damage and you're relying on the random stuns or the random afflictions, if you miss them for a couple turns, you miss all the progress you made, right? So if we were doing 8 damage, and then we don't hit a stun for 2 turns, it's going to heal 11, all of a sudden it's made back all of the ground that all the progress that we made. So we had just enough left in the tank to get through this beast of a card. So it actually is going to be faster than the Blight. So I was wrong about the Blight, but we land a stun, and it's really going to be the stuns that do it for us. Obviously, gets rid of the thing here. There's the other stun. you know, the revealer did a lot of the work for us here. And I think this is enough, right? We just needed 2 back-to-back stuns. There we go. One more, and it's the Venator that finishes it off. So one of the hardest combinations to get through, we're able to do it with a lot of new cards. So that'll be it. Those are my top 3 battles of this week that I want to show you guys. We had a silver battle, we had a gold battle, and then we had a diamond/champion level battle. A little bit of stuff for everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed. I like making these strategy videos. You guys seem to like them. The comments are generally pretty good. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Have a good day, and I will see you around the game.